to today's video, and today we're going to take the train from Limerick City to Limerick Junction and on then to Waterford. We're going to show you some nice scenic areas on the journey and some good castles to visit along the way. Stay tuned. And now we start today's journey at Limerick Colbert station for a journey to Waterford, and I do have a major complaint with this service I will explain at the end of the video. I do have a question for viewers. Does anyone know what this dragon emblem represents at the front of Colbert station? It is handy to know that train tickets can now be downloaded as a QR code ticket and booked at irishrail.ie. The journey today costs us €9.15. And we take our diesel multiple unit 2200 from Limerick Colbert to Limerick Junction. We change to our train to Waterford, passing through Tipperary, Care, Clonmel, Carriganshore and finally Waterford Plunkett Station, and the journey takes around 2 hours 27 minutes. You can see the seating is laid out in a 2-person and 4-person seating configuration. We went through this before in the channel. You'll see the leather upholstery, USB at the window seats, and we'll look further onto the train. Now also, as we leave the station here on time, you'll see the diesel multiple unit 2700, which sometimes takes you to Limerick Junction instead of this 2200. See the beautiful clear skies as we pass on through Limerick and on towards Limerick Junction for our connection train to Waterford. Do stay tuned until the end. You can enjoy the scenery here now, but I have some lovely castles to show you at the end. A Care Castle. Also, we're going to show you the Viking Medieval Museum around Waterford. Some great places, so you're not going to want to miss this. Now approach here Limerick Junction. We got off for a connecting train to Waterford, and the train is right next to us in the platform across. Let's take a walk through our diesel multiple unit 2200, and I must say the train was absolutely spotless. So it is a big difference from my journey on the 2700 a couple of weeks ago. The cleaning staff done an excellent job here, I must say. The trains were spotless clean, windows were brilliant. The Irish Rail staff, as always, were absolutely amazing. They're friendly people from Limerick to Limerick Junction, and credit to the service. You will see here that this train does have disability seating and room for a wheelchair or mobility scooter, so don't store your luggage here as it's not acceptable. Look, it's for people with disabilities, so do respect that. But anyway, we're going to take a toilet tour. As we'll see, the soap works, the water works, the dryer works. The train was absolutely spotless except for a tissueware on the side. Everything else brilliant, I can't fault it. There is also a place here in the toilets where you can use a shaver if you need to have a shave for that business meeting. There's no seat reservation system on this train, so you didn't need to book and you can sit where you like. The journey is amazing so far. You'll enjoy the scenery, absolutely brilliant, and we got the great Irish sunshine. Who says it always rains in Ireland? Look at these beautiful blue skies. So do enjoy some of this beautiful scenery here along the way. I'll stop yapping for a few minutes and let you enjoy it. As we pass on here through Tipperary town, you can see the medieval buildings. I have to say the castles are absolutely amazing. There's some ruins, they're brilliant to explore, but we'll explain more of this at the end. You see the round circle here up on your right, this is known as a ferry fort in Ireland. People that don't know what are ferry forts, well, they're known as leash from the Irish and refer to an earth mount The remains of stone circles, ring forts, hill forts, they're possibly prehistoric dwellings here in Ireland, and they date back maybe to the Iron Age and early Christian times. So they're built in kind of circular structures with earth banks or ditches. From our speed measurement gauge here, our train hit around 82 kilometers per hour, that's 51 miles per hour. You see in the backdrop, Tipperary has some beautiful mountains, and you can see there's lovely walks and forest, and this can be looked up on Co.Tipperary, which is Ireland's National Forestry Service. But now we're passing the train station Carrick Shore, which is in County Tipperary. And as we pass through Carrick Shore, we now see the river shore. Ladies we met on the train journey from Limerick to Waterford. Great crack we had, great Dublin people, great atmosphere, and there you go. As we approach Waterford Plunket Station, we disembark. We're going to show you the taxis outside, where to get a taxi rank. We're going to walk over the bridge and into Waterford City. We're going to show you some cool medieval sites and the history of Waterford. And as you see, Waterford Plunket Station, it's only a small station. And we'll head outside now and we'll show you where to get a taxi. And you'll just see on the doors as you head out here to your right, the taxi rank is here directly in front of you. And this is who the station is named after, Joseph Plunkett. And here there's a lovely poem outside, and it says, I see his blood upon the rose, and in the stars the glories of his eyes. His blood gleams amid eternal snows, his tears fall from the skies. And what a poem. I hope you enjoyed that one. So we're going to go on into Waterford town and film more good stuff for you to see. Not the end of the journey yet, by no stretch of the imagination. Outside Plunket Station, we head over what's known as Rice Bridge, and it brings us over into Waterford city centre. You will notice these blue plaques around Waterford City, and it does state the famous people that came from Waterford City and moved on and emigrated to further lands. Also, there's a handy map here in along Waterford City. It displays where you are and some interesting sites to see. So these maps are dotted around Waterford City for your guidance. An interesting fact about Waterford is the first St. Patrick's Day parade was celebrated here in 1903. Here we see an effigy of St. Patrick himself. Around Waterford you'll see some beautiful murals. Also you'll see the beautiful wooden carvings of the Vikings. Here at the base of some of these Viking statues that there is a scannable code, and it'll tell you the history of these Vikings. Here again we see some beautiful murals. The statue of Strongbow and Aoife, and Strongbow was a Norman lord from Wales who started the Norman conquest of Ireland, and Aoife was daughter of King of Leinster in 1168. If you do wish to learn more history about Waterford, I strongly suggest you visit the Medieval Museum. It has great historical history of the Vikings and artefacts throughout. We see an old statue dates back before the 1500s of the risen Christ. As you'll see here, a beautiful ship which displays Waterford's history as a seafaring port, which is why the Vikings chose it, as it had easy access to the sea. Here we see an Irish wine jug from 1715 and a Waterford glass decanter.
For the first time in 123 years, heavenly secret is revealed. They had rediscovered the only surviving set of medieval high mass vestments in Northern Europe.
I want to visit the Irish Wake Museum, which displays Ireland's history of wakes and funerals in dramatic fashion. If in Tipperary, I highly recommend a visit to Kerr Castle. It's one of Ireland's largest and best preserved castles. It stands proudly on a rocky island on the river shore. The castle was built in the 13th century and it served as a stronghold of the powerful Butler family. You'll see some wild geese that surrounds the castle here on the river shore. You see here that at Kerr Castle some famous films were filmed here, like Excalibur, starring Liam Neeson, Helen Mirren, Gabriel Byrne, to name just a few actors. Here you'll see beside Kerr Castle is St. Declan's Grove or St. Declan's Way, the Camino 100 kilometres of Ireland, and it's an absolute stunning walk by the river shore. And also on your right hand side you'll see a statue of Finn McCool, the famous giant that built the Giant's Causeway. So a place that you might want to stop off is Clonmel, and you'll see the famous St. Patrick's Well here with its natural flowing spring water. So drop off for an old drink. One major complaint to have with this service is there's only one early morning train that goes direct to Waterford from Limerick junction. All other trains you'd have to go all the way to Dublin, which takes nearly 5 hours to get to Dublin, back down to Waterford, so it's not a very efficient service by Irish Rail, so they should take heed of this. I would suggest, I suppose, the bus if you're going to Waterford any time after 9 o'clock. Do subscribe and click the like, and comments and questions are always welcome below.